What's up, guys? We'll watch this last out together. If you're here, 2-2. Come on, Chappie. What's up, everybody? Welcome as always. Welcome as always. Let's watch this last out, man. Let's see what we got. Chappie's on the mound. Let's close this out. Magic number is going to be 1 after this. Come on, Chappie. Let's go. What we got? Ball. Making it interesting as always. Full count. Runner on second. 2 outs. Let's go, Chappie. Watching this last out together, guys and gals. One more out, baby. Come on. Oh, God. Simeon's the guy to get out. You don't want a freaking Guerrero to be up after this. You really don't. Simeon's a hard one to get out too, man. It's oh my God. Frankie Diaz, what's happening, man? Hope you're doing well, man. Welcome. Good to have you on. And yeah, that's right. Let's go Yankees, baby. Watching this last out together so we can celebrate together here. So they're going a little bit longer, a little bit after the live stream started. So I want to want us to be able to enjoy this last one together. Come on. Lock it in, Chappie. Lock it in, man. What's up, Lorenzo? What's going on, man? How you doing? That's it. Another win. Yankees win, baby. 2 up. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Aaron, Clint. Hey, everybody. What's going on, man? 2 games ahead of Boston. Yeah, 250 homers for Rizzo. And you see how Garrett Cole, ran out there and got that ball for him out in the field, retrieved that ball and brought it back for him. That's a class teammate right there. And even though he got hit hard yesterday, look at the favorite for the Cy Young today, Robbie Ray. The same exact performance as Garrett Cole. Also gave up 5 runs today. So it happens to the best guys. The 2 best guys in the American League got hit yesterday and today. So goes to show you never know what's going to happen, man. You never know what's going to happen. But take this win, man. Take this win. They just took the series, okay, against Toronto. And we needed that series now. One more, right, against the Rays. We just got to win one of them. I think it will be close. After today's game, I think it will be close, Daly. I think you're absolutely right. So after Ray gave up 5 today, yeah, he got hit, gave up all his home run. I mean, it was Judge, and then Rizzo. Excuse me, his 250th home run, and then who else did we have? Torres hit a 2-run shot, and then Judge again, and then Brett Gardner. I mean, 5 home runs. 5 home runs, man. I mean, long ball. And Kluber went 4 1/3. Didn't give us crazy line. 4 2/3. Excuse me. 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 strikeouts. He kept us in the game. And the bullpen came through. King pitched well. Severino pitched well. Green pitched well. Green had 3 strikeouts, so he's looking more like Green again. And then Chapman came out and closed it out. So overall performance by King and all the bullpen pitchers. So, yeah, I mean, I think you're right, Daly. I mean, Ray had an overall. I mean, the ERA differential stands out to me, even though he's probably up approaching 3 now, Ray, after today. But that stands out. But they're right along line each other with strikeouts. I mean, he's got, I think, 12 wins. Cole has 16. And their peripherals, their stats are pretty close. So we definitely needed this one, guys. By the way, this channel is about to become Super Chat eligible. And any proceeds or contributions that go towards Super Chats are going to go directly towards enhancing this channel, making it better, improving the content, and all that stuff. So if anybody ever wants to send out a super sticker or super chat, you'll be able to now, and it would be greatly appreciated, obviously. And of course, I'll be shouting you guys out along the way. So it's kind of the next step in the channel as well. So, but it's going to go towards. I want to get some better equipment, and so I could spruce it up, so I could look like some of the bigger channels. So, just wanted to give you all a heads up, man. Thinking of Jordan's. What's up, brother? Brother, yeah, man, dude. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is a good series win, man. I mean, it really, really was. Like taking 2 out of 3, they definitely got that swag back. Yesterday was just a punch in the gut, but they had won 7 in a row before that, so they're 8-1 in their last 9 games. So I'll take that. Actually, 8-2 in their last 10. So I'll freaking take that, man. You know, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, this is what happens. Like, ace pitchers, like they'll have one bad inning. And Cole gave up a few key hits spread out throughout the game yesterday. Ray gave them all up in 1 inning. He just got crushed that inning. 3 home runs in the fourth or the fifth, and it's just he was in cruise control before that. But that's what happens. You'll give up 5 runs out this without the spread of 4 or 5 innings or 6 innings, and then you'll give up 5 in 1 inning and be clean the rest of the way. So it happens to all of these guys, unfortunately. But I'm just glad that he was on the losing end of it tonight, and the Yankees are on the winning end. That's for sure. So, and yeah, we got one more win, man. We need one more win, Clint. And good night to you too, Clint, man. Well, good having you as always. I went to Trinidad a bunch of years ago for Carnival, man. It was phenomenal, phenomenal, Clint. Steel pan, everything, Calypso, the whole thing. It was fantastic. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Happy day, Chop. No doubt, man. Happy day, Chop, man. Happy day for all of us. Mike Rotunda. Sevy definitely looks good out of the bullpen, man. He really, really does. Chris. Yeah, I remember. I remember when Heaney pitched innings. I mean, it would have been like 12-5 Toronto if he was pitching. So, thankfully we're in a better spot now. I mean, Luke Voigt did on the IL today. They called up Albert Abreu, so as a corresponding move. So we're down one bat. We're up one pitcher. So I think they have enough bats to kind of hold him through, particularly since Voigt hasn't been really getting many opportunities anyway. So the inflammation in his knee now, he might be shut down for, might be the entire playoffs, maybe. Yeah, no doubt about it. Magic number, they said it's 2, but I think it's 1. I think it's 1 now. If I'm not mistaken, it's 1. But they have obviously the Yankees have to be, they have to win that one game. So Judge was clutch, 2 home runs for him, and Guardy hit that key one at the end, towards the end there in the 9th. I mean, Corey kept us in there. He kept the guys off balance. He pitched a solid game. Wasn't that long, 4 2/3, but he kept them in the game, and that's what we needed. He gave us what we needed, and the Ray did not give the Toronto what they needed. So, and I'll take that. I'd rather be on the winning side of this. It's all good, man. Yeah, I mean, I'd be excited if we got into the play, and looks like the way that it's trending that they might be headed towards playing Seattle if things go the way that they look like they're going. They might be playing Seattle in Yankee Stadium next week for that one game. But again, Seattle's good. I wouldn't sleep on anybody, man. I would not sleep on anybody. So, and you never know what can happen in a one-game wild card, man. You really never know. You know what, Clint? I mean, he's definitely earned himself. He's definitely earned something here, Brett Gardner. That's for sure. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want him blocking other players from getting opportunities. That's my concern with Gardner. I like him, but like I've said before, I'd rather him go out on top too, go out in style than come back next year and God forbid he drops off, significantly. I don't want him to go out like that. I'd rather him go out on top in style. So that's what I would like. But who knows, man? They might give him. Cashman loves him. So, um, how long between Green? Change your hourglass. What do you mean? How long between his pitches? I mean, how much time in between each pitch? It does take a while. So, yeah, Boston lost you, Elvis. Yeah, Baltimore beat them. Baltimore's been beating up on us in Boston this year. It's ridiculous. At least it's not only us. But yeah, I'm in agreement with Junior B too. I like Gardner too, but I think it's time to go with some younger blood in the outfield. I really do. But if they get him back, I hope he plays well. He's a great teammate. He personally should have been the captain this year. I would have made him the captain. Just the overall great. He's a gamer, man. Solid by yeah, yeah. Yeah, DJ is now having a little bit of a hip and hip flexor and groin issue, so he's out. Um, and yeah, they better get yeah, exactly, Marcel. They got to get Odor into some games. Let him get into a rhythm. I love seeing his energy. I love seeing him out there when a guy hits a home run. He's always one of the first guys out there in the dugout, giving these guys a high five and cheering and hugging all that stuff. And he's a great teammate. He really is a great teammate. And he's had some clutch hits for the Yankees this year, so he deserves an opportunity. He really does. And well, 1995 rematch against Seattle. I just hope we're on the winning side of it. I'll take the 2000 rematch against Seattle when we beat them to get into the Subway Series. I was at that game when David Justice hit that mammoth home run into the upper deck off Arthur Rhodes in Game 6 at Yankee Stadium when they clinched it. I was at that game with my mom. That was people nearly tore the stadium down after he hit that home run. I've never heard Yankee Stadium that loud. Never. And the old stadium was 10 times louder than the new stadium. It was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Now, yeah, I mean, Major League Joe, yeah, I would agree, man. I agree. So, I do. Allen and Hicks, yeah, I mean, Hicks is, I mean, Cashman is a Hicks guy too. So, he wants Hicks to play next year in the center. I know that. And I would like to see Allen up there too. And again, you got Florial, you got other guys too. You got Tim LeCastro, Trey Ambergy. Like we have guys, some younger guys that are available too. So I just don't want Gardner to block these guys. That's my concern. So Judge has to be considered for Yankees MVP. Yeah, I mean, well, in terms of the season, yeah, I mean, he's definitely been really, really clutch. I think it's either going to be personally. I think it's going to be between Guerrero and Otani. More, I think it should be leaning towards Guerrero, but because of his contributions, he helped his team win a lot in Otani. But Otani held the Angels together while Trout's been out for 100 games. So I could see it going either way. I could see Judge being like third for MVP voting. I could. He's definitely going to get some votes, I think. Chop, I really do. He should get some votes. And I appreciate that, Junior. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, Junior, man. Thank you, man. I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from, man. I totally do. And again, it's, I hate to see Guardy go, but, at some point we got to thank him. And again, I want him to go out in style. So, and especially if the Yankees go far, who knows if they win the World Series? I mean, what better way to go out? Put him on top of him, give him his own float down the Canyon of Heroes, man. The Guardy float, man. You know what I mean? And then you have a Brett Gardner day. Let's give that dude some love, man. He's earned it. He's earned it. And again, he's a great ass teammate, man. Springer dancing in the dugout for the Yankees. Yeah, I did see that, man. I did see that. He wasn't dancing much afterward, that's for sure. Dude, Thomas, I mean, that old stadium was insane, man. It was like, oh God, that old stadium. I was at that game. I was at the very last game of the stadium before they tore down the stadium. People were hammering chunks of the stadium out after the game, like hacksaws and hammers and sledgehammers, and just to bring a piece home with them for history. I've seen chairs ripped out of the ground in Yankee Stadium. So yeah, it was nuts. When I was a young kid, I was at that George Brett home run game with my mom too when he hit that pine tar home run. And the guy sitting next to my mom was a Royals fan, and he pulled the seat out of the ground. He's a big dude. I don't know how the hell he did it, but he pulled the seat out of the ground after they called him out. And he gave it to my mom, actually, which is nuts. Just the seat, the butt part, not the whole thing. Yeah. Hicks, and that's the thing, man. And Hicks, it's all about Hicks establishing health and staying healthy. Otherwise, it's just contracts, it's a bust. If he stays healthy and produces, then it's a steal. But he's got to show he's healthy, man. He's got to be consistent. He really does. So I know what you're saying, Michael. I totally get it. Yankees clinch tomorrow Saturday. I want to see what. Yeah, at some point they're gonna I mean, they have to put Herman in as well. I think. I mean, to give him some innings and stuff, and just he needs to be tested a little bit here, and because he could. He could play a pivotal role. You're right, Marcel. I could see Guardy coaching too. He's got that type of kind of mentoring, kind of fatherly, that mindset and just persona. I could see that. I could see that. Again, it boils back to him being just a great teammate and a great leader, and just leading by example, man. Leading by example. No. Yeah. Had a downside. He still hustles. He hustles all the time, man. All the time, Junior. All the freaking time, no matter what. I mean, and again, that's leading by example. Jeter used to do that. Even if he had a little flubber or whatever, he hustled down all the time, all the time. And that's one of the things that made Jeter special, and it makes Gardner special, and just it's just fun seeing him watch. It's fun seeing him run too. Him and Tyler Wade is so freaking fast. Uh, I The defense, yeah, he's got good defense too, man. He's great with the glove. He's made some really good, really, really good plays over the years, and even this year. And he gets to the ball quickly because he's still fast. He's like 38 or 39. He's still lightning fast, man. And that's something to be cherished, man. Something to be appreciated. And so he was a solid all around player, man. And again, a 15-year Yankee. We don't have many of those guys, but 15-year Yankee. I would not be surprised if they eventually retired his number. I wouldn't. You know. Yeah, Daly Herman. Herman. You're right. Herman might pitch on Sunday. No, it's either him or Cole. Yeah, he's fast, man. He is fast. Uh, yeah, I mean Cole said he was available like on short rest too. He's just I think I would imagine he wants to redeem himself, but it's as long as they're in good shape, and are in that damn wild card game at Yankee Stadium, hopefully, then I'll feel better. But then they're going to wind up playing, I think, Tampa in the first round, which is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So Stanton made a good catch as well. I did see that, and you know, uh, do I see Boone starting Sanchez at DH, Higgy catching Garner and Gallo? I don't see Sanchez DHing every time. I see him, playing a catcher. I mean, he might DH one or two of the games. He'll catch the rest of them, I think. Um, I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, if Gallo's healthy, he's going to be out there. Uh, but Gardner, I mean, he'll find opportunities for Gardner as well. They're going to be probably without Voigt, so this makes filling the roster spots with these guys a little bit easier, or the lineup, I should say. So, um, I have a feeling Voigt's going to miss. If they make it that far, he'll miss the ALDS. Um, and then we'll see after that. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I do, yeah. 40. Yeah, I mean that's a good stat too, Daly. I mean, he's again his metrics, and he's just solid. He was a solid player, man. Those are guys that you grow to. They don't always get the love that they want during their career, but they get their appreciation, love after they leave and retire. It's like, it's hard to not appreciate Gardner. I mean, I appreciate his contributions, man. I really do. And he is a top defensive player, and they're at 39. Rizzo hit that home run. It's 250. I mean, that was a big one for him. He needed that. And dude, I mean, yeah, long ball city. I'm getting the suspicion too, Michael, that Voigt's time as a Yankee is coming to an end. It stinks because it didn't have to be like this. It didn't have to go out like this, And they're gonna wind up if they trade him, they're not going to be able to trade him when his value is at his all-time high. I mean, last offseason when he led the majors in home runs, that would have been the time to move him. And they would have gotten a haul back because he would have had 4 years of control. But, I see they wanted to capitalize on that and hopefully get another year like that. But it was not that way this year. No. And Stanton's definitely playing up to his contract now. I mean, he's playing great baseball. So is Judge. Both of them. And we're finally getting that twin tower thing that we've been wanting for ever since he came here. the Stanton Judge duo, and now we're finally seeing it. And if Gallo can turn it on, and even Rizzo, and that'll be a fearsome foursome right there, the double F, the four horsemen. That would be a really really good lineup. It'd be really hard to get through them. But this is like, excuse me, one reason why Ray got hit just like Cole did yesterday. The Blue Jays, and I said this yesterday, Blue Jays are a very aggressive team. If the ball's anywhere in the plate, in front of the plate, or around it, they swing. And Cole is not a wild pitcher. He's got good control, so he was always around the plate. So they hit him more often. And they must have, I don't know, they listened, or their coaches told them to do the same thing today, but they were more aggressive with balls around the plate, and they hit Ray, when he was around the plate. So it's crazy how just saying it last night and it actually happened today. It was like, I'm just glad that they did it. And but that's one of the things that they can learn from the Blue Jays, who are a very aggressive team. They got four guys over 100 RBIs this year, four, and they all have over 25 home runs. Two of them are in the mid 40s. So, but they are aggressive at anything near or over the plate, which increases their chances of either getting on base or driving guys in and whatnot. So the Yankees would do well to kind of adopt that similar approach. They really, and Manny Papi. Oh God, yeah, Jason. Manny Papi was a fearsome duo, man. Absolute fearsome duo. But amazing to watch. Amazing to watch. If personally, Robert, if they move Voit, I think they're going to go in a new direction at first base. I don't think they'll re-sign Rizzo either. I think Rizzo's going to cost a lot of money. I think Freeman's going to cost over $100 million. I think Rizzo's probably going to be 70 or 80 million. It's probably going to be more than the Yankees are going to want to spend. So they might bring in somebody or trade for somebody for first base, or move DJ to first base. And I actually mentioned that as a possibility, in which case they might bring in a shortstop or second baseman via free agency, and just keep Torres at second for now, unless they somehow move him. But the way his bat is kind of heating up, it's showing his flashes of the potential brilliance, and that's something that the Yankees really, really like about him. And he's young; he's 24. So, but the one most likely to move is probably Voit. First base is going to be an interesting position to talk about this offseason. I'm definitely going to be talking about it. I'm going to be paying close attention to it. So, Ray and Cole, poor outings, to the Angels relief pitcher. Yeah. 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 Yeah, absolutely, Alan. Absolutely. He does have a sore right hip, yeah. He does. So hopefully it's not as serious. Hopefully he comes back healthy. Who would be the best shortstop? I think Trevor Story would be the most affordable. He's good. He's a good defensive player. In terms of value, would be him or Marcus Semien, in my opinion. But Semien I like because he has the versatility to move from short to second. He plays both positions, so he gives him flexibility. Seager and Correa, the two most talented and the two youngest, but they're going to be wildly expensive. I like Seager because he's lefty and he's playoff tested. Both of them are playoff tested and playoff clutch, but both of them I think are going to cost 200 plus million. And I'm not sure the Yankees are going to want to go that high for anybody. So if I would be investing in starting pitching, if I were them, if I was going to give anybody a 9-figure contract, it would be Robbie Ray or Carlos Rodon. That's it. But again, like Richard says too, Rizzo. I mean, Rizzo's a good first baseman. He makes the infield better, particularly guys that don't have the great track record for throwing the ball. He scoops up a lot of things. So I just fear he's going to be too expensive. That's my biggest fear. But if he comes back, I would have no problem at all. None. So, and again, the Red Sox I think they'll be aggressive, and they'll make an aggressive offer for Rizzo this offseason. I really do. And, I would watch out for them too, because they're going to want to make moves to get better. Yeah, I mean, well, this is where I think you, Richard. I don't think they're going to spend 200 million. Like, I think Simeon might have priced himself out now. He's going to get a huge deal from somebody. Um, I could see Story as a stopgap guy. Maybe he might get a 2-year high dollar deal, which will give Volpe a little bit more time to develop and guys like that. And you have Peraza and gives us more time to figure out what to do there because they do have like Richard says that we do have Velasquez as well and Wade and Gio. So, uh, whew, excuse me, and Odor. So he's still contributing as well. So Gio is clearly better at shortstop than Gleyber Torres is. He's got better range there. I like him at third base too. And the reason why I would consider moving DJ to first base is because of these issues like hip and stuff like that. He doesn't have to move around as much at first base. I think it would save his body a little bit because he's getting less athletic as he gets older. So, and that's why I would consider moving him to first base. So, I think 5 years, 80 might get Rizzo, maybe. He turned down something similar this past offseason. I think it might have been like 4 years and 70 or something like that. So it's going to cost. It's going to cost, and I'm just hoping that if they do bring him back, it's not prohibitive. It doesn't prohibit them from doing other moves. So, and he is valuable. He's stable. He's a lefty. He's a good leader in the clubhouse. He's got good just leadership, moxie, and important intangibles that go beyond his glove and his bat. And you need guys like that to lead this team. We really do. Lefty clutch. And this is the thing too, Miguel. Like, if you don't get Rizzo and you move DJ to first base, DJ isn't as strong defensively as Rizzo. Not many people are. So you're going to want to get either, if you move Gio to short and keep Torres at second, then you're going to want to get somebody for third base who, like an Eduardo Escobar or something like that, who has a good, strong, accurate arm so that DJ's not having to dive all over the place. So that's something to keep in mind too. You have to improve the throwing capabilities of your infield if you're going to move DJ to first base instead of Rizzo. We have to make sure we get guys that reliably throw the ball. Gleyber throws it better from second than he does short. Gio throws it good from either way, but shifting those two guys over opens up third base for somebody. So who knows? Who knows? I don't think it'll be Chris Bryant. Eduardo Escobar seems like a good candidate for me, but he's a switch hitter and he's pretty solid. And he won't cost a boatload of money. Torres is better now that he's at second base. He really is. He really, really is. So Gittins, it's just the thing. Just like what other prospects that they take a while to get adjusted up here. And if you're going to give Gittins a shot, it can't be for a week because it's not enough time. You got to let him play a month, 2 months, and whatnot. Because when he did have a little bit more time, he started hitting the ball really well here, hitting some home runs and doing stuff like that. And but just like to Lorenzo's point, I mean, they need time to adapt up here. You can't just call up somebody for 2 days, expect them to contribute like a superstar, and if they don't, you send them back down. That's not helpful. That's not helpful to them. So, I think he could be a good backup. Like if you move DJ to first. He can be a backup. You trade for first base, and he can be a backup. And he's got a power bat, man, a big time power bat. So, I mean, and the star first baseman, the only one I can think of is Matt Olson from the A's, which would be crazy. But Volpe to me, I think has got to be a keeper here. He's a keeper here. I mean, Tino, I loved. He was great with the Yankees. Tex was great with the Yankees too. Don Mattingly was, my all-time favorite, and so I share a special connection with Lou Gehrig. He's not only my favorite all-time Yankee, but we also share the same birthday of June 19th. So, fellow Gemini, my favorite Yankee of all time, Lou Gehrig. Imagine DJ at first, Torres at second, Seager at short, and third base. I could imagine that, but again, Seager's going to be super expensive. That's my big fear. So, trade Torres, Gio at short, DJ at third, Odor at second, Peraza can play next season's platoon. Daly, who do you have at first in that scenario? Rizzo? You got short, third, and second covered here. Platoon. Who do you got at first base with that group, Daly? 'Cause that's intriguing. Brandon Belt, yeah, he's not. Didn't he just break his? Did he break his thumb? Was it Crawford? Belt or Crawford? He's an intriguing one too. Brandon Belt. I mean, the Giants are just ridiculous right now. Mattingly, Tino, Tex, and now Rizzo. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Greg Brown. I mean, not at this point, Raymond. It makes sense that they're going to wind up. I think they're going to wait until 2022 to call Greg Allen at that point. Um, Voigt has had knee problems all year, I think they brought him back too soon from his knee surgery. But that's just me as well. Yeah, Gittins is 27, but he's hitting bombs. I mean, in the national, in the minor leagues at AAA, and he started hitting them at the major league level. So he, at the very least, would be a very capable backup. So, um, yeah, agreed, Dylan. Agreed. Agreed, man. So, thank you, Junior. Lorenzo, would I consider Votto in a trade with the Reds alongside Castillo? I don't know. I mean, Votto's older and he's really expensive. So depends on what if the Reds would be willing to eat some and what the Yankees would have to give up. I like Votto, but he's a little older, and I think the Yankees need to get younger at first base. I think so. Well, yeah, I mean, you could have DJ play the utility role that he was meant to play when he came here, and you could have him do that. But if not, I mean, I think he'd be more than capable first baseman, more than capable. Luke or Rizzo, okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, 3 years of void on the cheap does have value, and especially if he reestablishes being healthy, gets the offseason to rest. hmm Simeon, Gio. Oh, the first don't. Oh man, I want to give a shout out right now to Taz, man. Taz Volgado, Pedro, man. Let's go Yankees. Magic number is now 2. Do you think that we have take 2 from Tampa at the stadium? We do. Never lost faith in my team. Just like one, I want to give a shout out to you, Taz. Thank you so much. Just the first dono to the channel, so I really appreciate you. And big shout out, man. Shout out for Taz, everybody. Really, really appreciate that, man. I think, I mean, it would be ideal if they took 2 out of 3 from Tampa. I really do. I mean, I would love for them to take 2 out of 3 from Tampa. I don't know. I'm not sure that that's going to happen though, Taz. But I could see it. That would be phenomenal. That would be the most ideal situation, ideal scenario, especially at Yankee Stadium. So, but um, I'm right in the middle right now. It depends on who we have lined up as pitching, who they have lined up as pitching too. Um, but I'm gonna go with 2 out of 3 for the Yankees at Tampa against Tampa, Taz. And I appreciate you, man. Thank you for my very first dono to the channel, man. You're the man. You're a legend. First one ever. So you just set a record that can never be broken. You're the first. So thank you, sir. Dono hype, baby. Yeah. Everybody saying everybody a big W for Taz, man. Just put W, capital W in the comment, man. He gets the W for the night, the win. He gets the win, man. I appreciate you guys. And if you don't mind typing the W there for Taz. First dono ever, man. All right. I'm gonna shout you out tomorrow too, Taz. You just said it, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'm going to make sure any donos that come to this channel are going to be used wisely, used responsibly. So, and used towards making this channel a better channel for all of you. You all contribute to making this channel better. So, I want you all to come along with me for this ride. So, appreciate you guys. Yeah. W's for Taz, man. Thank you. Yeah, and I agreed, Richard. You got to jump on Tampa early. Got to jump on them early. And I think they're going to start saving some of their guys because it honestly doesn't matter at this point. They could get swept. They've already clinched. So it doesn't really matter. We could be playing their backups. Like they can care less if they're resting their starters. And they'll play a couple of starters, but they could use some prospects and things like that who they want to evaluate. So I could see it. I could see that happening. It would be nice because that would guarantee that the Yankees obviously are, have at the very least home field advantage in the wild card game. So, which is ideal. What I'd love to have. So, and and you have home field advantage in the wild card game, and then if we play Tampa, then you go was it two there and then two here and then one there. So, but I would definitely jump on Tampa. I agree 100%. Got to jump on their starters, man. Jump on them, put them in the hole, and force them. Use some of our bullpen and some of these fresh arms to really neutralize them. Jeff J, man, again another dono. I appreciate that, brother. Shout out to Jeff J, brother. Was that Kluber's last pitch as a Yank? And what do you think the rotation is going to be for the playoffs? You know what, Jeff J. Well, number one, thank you for that dono. I appreciate it, man. You're the man. I think after what he did today, because he kept these guys off balance, he might replace Tyon in the rotation for the postseason, and I could see them using Tyon in the bullpen if he stays healthy. If he proves he can come back, I could see that happening because with the teams, if they were playing Tampa, I could see him keeping Tampa Bay hitters off balance more than Tyon would be. So the way I see it, so I don't think it's his last pitch as a Yankee just yet. And I do hope he makes the postseason roster. I really, really do. Because him in the rotation, including in the bullpen, and the way the rotation, to me, it would be Cole, Montgomery, Kluber, Nestor. And those would be the four guys for the rotation for the playoffs, Jeff. Those would be my four. And I think that's probably the best four right now. And then you have these guys, King and Severino and Herman and Tyon, like all those guys, long relief guys in the bullpen. And then you got all these other dudes, Joely, you got Wandy, you got Green, we got Johnny Lasagna back, like, and Chapman, and like we have a loaded bullpen if we add those guys. So that's what I think. So I don't think it's his last pitch. I hope it's not his last pitch as a Yankee either. So, but thank you for the donut, man. I appreciate that, bro. Really, really appreciate you guys. What a great night, man. What a great night. To my first two donos, man. Yeah, let's get a W, man. Let's get a dono W if you don't mind, man. For Jeff J, man. Let's get a big W out there for Jeff. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, guys. Kluber did pitch well. And again, we don't need the length right now so much from everybody. We really don't. So we have these guys, these extra long relief guys. So, Blake is an absolute dude. Blake has really turned things around with a lot of these pitchers, and I give Thames credit a little bit too, even though he's probably going to be gone. And I've said it more than once, but he's resurrected some of the bats recently too. So I want to at least give him credit for that. Daily, I should do a video discussing different fans' ideas in the off season. It would be cool to see some longtime channel supporters appear in videos. It's a great idea. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do one when the season's over, and I'm going to invite a couple of you guys on, and we'll do this together. We'll do like a Zoom, and we'll live stream a Zoom, and we could do that, and then we can all give what our Yankees blueprint, what their offseason should look like. And that's a great idea. It's a great idea. Maybe I'll have 2 or 3 people on, and we'll make it a banger. And I want you to be one of them, Daily. All right, so make sure you're available. I want you to be one of them. Your insights are really, really welcome. So if anybody else wants to participate, let me know. Okay, and we'll get a group together. So, Jeff, I appreciate that, man. Making a season of pandemic baseball, trying to find ways. There's always a silver lining to stuff, and I try to find it here. And even though pandemic's been frustrating for everybody, I mean, I got 2 young daughters, and you can't really take them out because they're not vaccinated. So it's tough. It's tough. My wife and I both work from home, so which gives me the flexibility to do this, which is something I love to do, and I want to make this full-time thing if I can. So that's the silver lining to me, and help everybody staying safe too. So, but I appreciate that, Jeff. Appreciate the kind words, man. And again, Mike King, Miguel, underrated, big time underrated, man. They have a lot of long relief options in the bullpen if they do this. So. Yeah, and I love that, Steven. I mean, Cole ran out to the field and retrieved Rizzo's 250th home run ball back. That's a class teammate, man. That's class all the way. And I really appreciate that, man. Appreciate what Garrett Cole did. It's really cool, man. And you could see how passionate he was when that kid, Nate Pearson struck. I forgot who it was. Maybe Kyle Gashioka. The ball was almost at his feet, and the guy called it a strikeout. Cole was pissed, man. It's good to see that energy from him too, even the day after he pitches a not great game. So daily, it will be epic. So make sure you're available. Once the season's over, I'll be very aggressive and putting it together. That way we can jump on it early and put some ideas together before the winter meetings, because that's when things really start picking up. And obviously, with the CBA expiring December 2nd, I think teams are going to wait until what happens in the CBA to kind of figure out what moves they're going to make. So it gives us plenty of time to put together a dope video, a really dope video. So God bless you too, Junior, man. I appreciate you, man. You and your family, you're the best, bro. You guys are all the best. The Yankees do have a phenomenal future. I mean, Cashman's done a good job at developing the farm recently, so I got to give him credit for that. He's had a little bit more carte blanche. He's not being blocked by Hal and Hank as much as he was before. So I don't think we need to play Cole one more game, Miguel. I don't. I would rather West them and give them the extra day rest for the wild card. I think the Yankees are going to do what they need to do in the series against Tampa, especially since it's at Yankee Stadium. I do. So, and I do think that Tampa will be resting some guys because they've already clinched. So I hope that they don't use Cole one more game. I hope they save him for the wild card game. I really do. Especially if it's a Yankee Stadium, especially if it's a night game. Oh, hell yeah. I want Cole on the mound on a night game at Yankee Stadium. He is gangster in those games. He really is. So, yeah, and Steven did enough to help. I mean, and I'm also glad they got to Robbie Ray when they did too. So that's going to make the Cy Young race closer than it was before today. So, I mean, I'd love for Cole to win, but my gut tells me Ray's going to edge it out, but I hope Cole wins. So, and King independent is fantastic. King, Sevy, Herman, like all these dudes in a bullpen, it gives them so much more firepower. And it's so much better than, having Britton and Darren O'Day there. Look how much, since those two guys have gone down, look how much better the pen has gotten with all these reinforcements they got in there. Amazing. It's amazing. It really is. So, all right, good, Daly. We're gonna get at least two more people to do this with us, and we'll have a good. It's gonna be better than the Yes Network guys. It's gonna be better than the experts, Jeff Passan and John Heyman and Ken Rosenthal. Ours is gonna be better than theirs. So, I'm gonna, I know we're gonna do our homework, so it's gonna be fun. I enjoy doing stuff like that, so I'm looking forward to it. So maybe I'll have. Maybe I'll invite Derek on from NYY Recaps as well, Derek Lewandowski. And he always has some good insights. I really enjoy his channel too. So that'll be fun as well. So, I mean, we'll get another one on here as well. But damn right, man. That was a great strikeout. Sevy, the key strikeout. I like when he strikes out the big guys, man. Could there be a 163rd game? I hope not, Daly. I really do. I hope not. Yeah. Yeah, I hope not, man. I really do. Yeah, if the Yankees win 2 out of 3 against Tampa, then they won't be a 163rd game. They won't be. So that's what we're hoping for. 2 out of 3 against Tampa, and some of the other guys to lose as well, obviously. So Toronto to lose one more game, and Boston one more game, and even Seattle. Like, thoughts on Hill? I would have him up, and if I had to choose between Hill and Tyon at this point, I'll choose Hill only because he's healthy and Tyon's not. I don't want to put Tyon on the postseason roster in a certain, divisional round because you can't take him off until the round's over. So if they advance to the ALCS and he goes down, you can't use Hill. So I'd rather have Hill in there first instead of Tyon just because he's healthy and he's got a live arm. That's what I would do. So, yeah, Derek does great videos. He's just fantastic videos daily. His stuff is really great. I really like his channel. I learn a lot from him. And we've done a couple of duos together. It's a lot of fun. So Sevy, yeah, I mean, Sevy's got a better pitch arsenal now too. I still am of the belief that I think he should stay in the bullpen next year, and they should bring in Robbie Ray and or Carlos Rodon and let him stay in the bullpen as a long relief guy. But I have a feeling they're going to build up his pitch count to get him back in the rotation. But I still think bringing in a co-ace to go with Garrett Cole that's not named Luis Severino is a great idea. So, but Let's wrap it up, guys and gals. I appreciate the 2 donos, my first 2 donos ever. Thank you, guys, and I appreciate you. And have a great night. You guys are the best. And we'll see you here after the first game with Tampa, which is, I think, tomorrow, right? So enjoy your night, everybody. Thank you. See you next time.